Okay, so this is demonstration number 1 for this model. There are 3, but I'm going to do the first one. It's all about the drinking water treatment plant that's right here. This is the wastewater one, but we're going to just deal with the drinking water one. So where do we get our drinking water from? We turn on our faucet and we drink water, and it doesn't just magically come into our faucet. It comes from having a drinking water treatment plant clean that water from where? Well, in our case, in Sandy Springs, it comes from the Chattahoochee River. So the nearest body of water to a drinking plant facility is where that water comes from to get cleaned. You know, I don't go to the Chattahoochee River and just dump my glass in and go, yum, I'm gonna have a drink of water. It's not ready for drinking. It's unfortunately not ready for drinking. So it goes in here, we clean it. So for this model, we are gonna need this chlorine solution, a Q-tip, a syringe, and this coagulant that we're gonna use. First thing that happens is the treatment plant gets water from the river, so I'm going to show you that by syringing this in. It also then, the first step is that it blows air into it. I'm going to try to create some bubbles there. So it puts bubbles in, it's called aeration. And what aeration does is basically release any gases that have been trapped into that contaminated water and let them come out. So it's step number 1. So step number 2, and also what that does is makes it less smelly, and it makes the taste a lot better than if you hadn't aerated it. This is a coagulant. Coagulants are made from synthetic polymers, irons, and salts, and they add this to as the next step in the step for getting it cleaner. So let me try to get this out. It's getting stuck. I'm gonna do this because it's not coming out very easily. Okay, so we're gonna add these coagulants. And what they do is they find the contamination that you can't see, and it grabs it. Those polymers grab that stuff and have it attached to this. And I'm gonna like stir this around, and it basically grabs onto this and it helps us filter it out. So it forms to this, let it do this, and then I'm gonna put more water in here. And see how it goes into the next bin? As it goes into the next bin, that next bin's deeper, and it will do something called flocking. Flocking is a way for the kind of semi-small pieces to get bigger and bigger and form these big pieces. It's called flocculation. And then it gets big enough where it can get heavy and basically fall down into this deeper well, and called sedimentation, fall down and be down in there and not come into this part. This part you can see is filtering. This is a cotton swab. Obviously they don't have big old cotton swabs in the treatment facility, but they do have special filters. And you can see it's kind of turning orange and grabbing some of that contamination. And basically as you go from step to step to step, it gets cleaner and cleaner. Now, this, the last step is the chlorine step. This is called a disinfectant. And we're just gonna pretend that this blue color is clean water, to represent clean water. So that last step now is this clean water compared to this water. The water tower is this big tower. It's usually set up high so that gravity can let it fall out and supply us with our water. But I'm going to now remove this piece so that you can see how the water tower will fill. And I'm going to add some more chlorine to it, disinfect it. Okay, now this is clean water. Now I'm going to remove this road so you can see what happens when this water tower supplies the city with water. Gotta get this and take it out. Okay, I'm going to help this along a little bit. I'm going to help you along. So it's supplying our buildings. When we go to the bathroom at work, wash your hands, we've got clean water. These homes right here are getting clean water. That's how a water treatment plant works. It's basically cleaning the water from the river and supplying us our clean water.